So you being one of the veterans in our scene, you know, I figured it'd be great to kind of talk to you about. And I don't think very many people know much about you, man. You stay a little.
You're a little
to
bit
yourself
more
a little
reserved.
bit.
That's hard to believe. I feel like people know way too much.
Oh,
Is the
okay.
issue? But
Maybe
no,
it's just me.
fine.
Maybe it's just me. But
How
when did you get
long?
started?
Yeah, I was gonna.
I started when I was 18 in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
That was when
That's where that draws from.
Yeah.
Is that where you grew up?
Well, I grew up in Wetumpka, Alabama, which is about an hour and a half outside of there. Originally, what got me interested in doing stand-up was, I mean, I'd always watched like Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler growing up. And originally, I was like, well, maybe I want to be like an actor or something.
Yeah, because that's what those guys did too. I mean, they started with stand-up, but eventually moved into comedic acting.
And then, so what happened with me was like I started taking theater in high school, and you know, it was just I didn't really like a lot of like the improv-y things and stuff like that. Like it was fun, but I always felt like, oh, these people are so much better than me.
Yeah.
And there was this competition called Trumbauer that we would do every year, and you had to pick out a scene, a comedic monologue or a dramatic monologue or something like that. And I couldn't find one that I liked, so I wrote one. And I just like made it up from scratch. And my theater teacher was like, "This is really good."
Yeah.
And I did that 2 years in a row. I ended up going to the state competition with it. I won the regional competition with it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And after that, I was like, maybe I should try to like write stuff out that's funny and then like perform. And then from there, I was like, I'm going to try stand up.
Yeah.
So it was the summer after I graduated high school.
Yeah, that's like early too. Because I think a lot of people have aspirations when they're growing up about it's like, oh, I want to try stand up, but they don't actually do it until like their 20s or 30s or, you know, kind of way later. So it's interesting to hear somebody starting that young for stand up. I mean, I don't think we've really talked to anybody that started in their teens, technically. You know?
Well, I tell everybody too, like, so I started when I was 18. That was the first time I ever went on stage. However, I don't really consider like actually doing stand up regularly enough to get better at it until this was probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's when I really like, that's when I started taking it seriously.
Yeah.
So
is that how bad that first bomb was?
No. I actually,
happened?
my first time on stage, again, I'm 18
Yeah.
and the people, it's a room that sat maybe 50 people, Stardome Comedy Club in Birmingham. I did it 2 years ago. I got to open for Jim Norton.
Oh, so you went back.
But this was in the small little room in the back, and it was, you know, you had to sign like an NDA, like you won't say any cuss words. It was like squeaky clean. This is the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
And my mom and my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, I literally just bought them the tickets, and I was like, here you go. And they're like, what are you going to talk about? And I'm like, you'll find out at the show. And sure enough, we get there, and I'm like going to the bathroom, like I'm nervous, and right in the hallway in the lobby, I see my dad.
Oh, wow.
And I hadn't seen him in like 7-8 years. And he's with his new wife, and I'm like, oh shit, because like, you know, he's coming to watch me do stand up for the first time, and everybody else on the lineup was like 28, 29 years old.
Right, kind of like the people we hang out with today, right? Like I mean, that era, you know,
and
that realm.
I did it. It was competition based, and I ended up winning the very first time, which that wasn't great for my ego at all. You know,
that's like the opposite of most people. Like
usually they bomb, but then you got told like you
Nick,
just beat 15 other people.
Nick went up once and didn't go back for like 10 years.
Yeah, that was my first. I saw Lenny start.
Lenny Van Horn.
It was the same day I quit.
Yeah, we but that got you a show on the bigger stage later in the year, and then everybody that won the open mic monthly competition, they got to compete for like the of the year winning, and I finished third on that.
Dang, that early?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What was you remember any of the bits?
Oh yeah. So I was a lot skinnier than I am now when I was 18.
Weren't we all?
And I had like the Justin Bieber cut, you know.
The little swoop.
Yeah. I can send you the video. I will watch it.
Please do.
I have my
hilarious.
first set and then the main stage.
Those
set.
blue eyes behind that hair. Come on.
And I had a huge like Adam's apple. Like now I have like a double chin that kind of keeps it all. It's like Adam's apple pie now, but I have it it was huge. Like when I hit puberty, it was like overnight. My voice dropped like 10 octaves, and I had this huge Adam's apple, and I had all these like jokes about how big my Adam's apple was and shit like that. Like being at a party and doing the worm and like punching holes in the floor with a sharp Adam's apple, and my girlfriend walking in and like her heels slipping in the holes in the floor and stuff. I mean, it was. If I go back and watch it now, I'm like, oh shit, like this was not that great. But
it sounds like it's pretty well. I mean, it seems like you had a good idea of what to do. You know, to like a lot of comics take a long time to get to that point, even with just like making fun of yourself and just pointing out the most obvious thing about you and just riffing on that.
I read Judy Carter's Comedy Bible.
Okay.
But she has a new version now. Yeah. But I had the one that like you could go in the back of the book and it had all the comedy clubs in each state.
Oh, nice.
And this was like 2011, 2012. I still have it.
Yeah.
And sure as day, I saw Stardom Comedy Club, Birmingham, Alabama, and I got on my laptop and looked it up, and I called them, and I was like, hey, I'd like to be in your open mic, and that's how you got booked on it like a month out. And
So that's what I was going to ask. So your first ever show, was it an open mic deal, or was it an actual show?
I mean, it was an open mic.
Like
it's kind of like how it is here, where you know, like, oh, I'm on the lineup tonight.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of like that, so... And they don't do any of the open mics there anymore. They only have like main stage acts come through. So
you still go visit pretty often?
The last time I was there was 2 years ago. So yeah, that was the last time I went back. But yeah, this opportunity came up, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna be in town for these dates. Is there anything that I can do? And they're like, Jim Norton's coming through town. You want to open for him? And I'm like, yes. Like, so
I wonder, is there a decent comedy scene out there? I wonder if there's like other comedy clubs or what. Like, is that kind of the only one?
I know there's one in Huntsville that I've never been to, but the main, like the Stardome is a predominantly black club. It always has been. That's the crowds that you're going to get in there. So, I mean, it's a different mindset going into those types of shows. I did one during the pandemic, or I came back to Alabama just to be away from California for a bit, and I did a show called Bless with the Funny, and it was like a gospel themed show, and I was the only white person in the building, but it was so much fun. And
what'd you do? What's your gospel bits, dude?
Well, it was weird because like I hadn't done stand-up in like 8-9 months, and I was living in San Diego at the time, and I was like, I'll take anything I can get while I'm in town, and it was weird because it was a competition. The guy that won had come down from New York just to do the show, because just like California, it was closed as well in New York, and like they brought us out on stage. They like played music, and they wanted to introduce us before we started telling jokes. So it was like, so what's your name? What do you do? And I was like, well, if you just hand me the microphone, I'll talk about all of that.
I got about 5 minutes over.
You're blowing my bits, man.
For some reason, I thought, you know what, I'm going to hit the crip walk as I walk out on the stage, which, thinking back, that is such a wild move. Like, that could have gone so bad. I mean, it was an all-black audience, but they loved it. They asked me to do it again. So
that's fun.
But yeah, as far as like, to get back to your original question, there is a comedy scene, but in my opinion, it's just it's very cliquey, which all comedy scenes are, and they'll do things to like sabotage each other and stuff like that. So if I'm not doing like a club show or something, like every blue moon somebody will set something up in like a dive bar or something, and I'll do like a kind of like a private event in there. But I don't
kind of stay out of that scene if you can. You can help it. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably the case in most places, unfortunately, with just that kind of cutthroat kind of mentality.
It's just not a big developed city. Like here, we have a syndicated comedy club right in the center of town. That's kind of like the heartbeat for everything around. And then, it opens up more opportunities for, like you to independently produce shows and me to produce shows. And like when everybody's working together and they, nobody's like trying to hurt each other, that really,
because
builds the entire scene.
That's kind of our whole goal here, is just to help promote it and make it more aware of people. Because it's like, I feel like there's so many people here that don't know anything about the comedy scene and how, all these opportunities to go and have a good time, for, low, you don't have to pay the Bricktown ticket prices to go to a comedy show if you can go to Nick's show or one of your shows. I mean, a lot of opportunities to laugh.
I can't tell you how many people are like, I've never been to a live comedy show. I've only watched it on like TikTok. And I'm like, dude, there's so many cool things happening right here in the city that are either free or like maybe $5-10.
Especially because
cheap date night.
There was like, I think it was like a last weekend or one of these past Fridays. I think it was last Friday because there was Cody's Comedic Confessions. There was something going on at Twisters. There was like another thing. There was like 3 different shows that weren't even the club. You know what I mean? Like on the same night. And it was like, for me, I was like, man, it's like, oh shit, I want to go to all these things, but you just need to do one. But
the thing is you were talking about how it kind of builds the scene. Is I know comedy is kind of as far as wrestling goes, it's a single person sport. Kind of like the idea of like you're up there contending with the audience, and it's just you, but if you don't have anybody to spar with, how do you get better? So it takes all of us to kind of be there and be present. I mean, the people on the show are just as important as the person making the show.
And I mean, so we have like our open mic at Bricktown. You're doing 4 minutes. And I mean, but when I come and do like your show, I'm doing like 10-15. And that's really how you start.
But actually, October 10th, if you guys want to know, he's going to be headlining Put a Cork in a Winery. He's going to be doing 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how you feel.
Have you ever done that much time before? I mean, I'm sure you have at least once, right?
You've been to Comedy Avenue and Lawton. Sometimes if people don't show up, they'll be like, hey, can you go longer? And it's like, so
you definitely got the material to cover it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, it's one of the longer sets that I've done, especially in a while. But that's how you get better,
right? You got to at least do that as much as you can, even if it's like once or twice a year.
I used to be like super like worried about, oh my god, this is so much time. But then as you start doing the 10 and then the 15. You really realize, like, oh, I can kind of stretch my legs a little bit. And I don't have to rush